So this is a stainless steel bellows weldment that is used in a manufacturing operation in a powder conveyance application. So a customer came to us, it was an existing customer, part of a much larger system that we had been involved in previously. And with this particular component, the customer was seeing weld failures, essentially, at a joint where there was no compliance. So there originally was no bellows. And the customer had somewhat of a unique set of requirements in terms of dimensional requirements, the amount of flexibility that was required, and then end flange connections. And there are a couple perpendicular flanges that come off of the sides of this part. So it was kind of a unique collection of requirements for which there was not a readily available kind of off-the-shelf solution where maybe you would just go weld flanges. And so we were able to work with the customer to really to kind of distill those requirements down to the minimum functional level and then to find a solution quickly. So this was a case where a customer had a line down condition and had many other lines installed and expected that, that failure would propagate out to other locations. And so needed a solution to test very quickly on a line that had failed, and then needed to be able to scale that solution very quickly in order to go support other field installations to kind of proactively prevent failure. So the solution is a kind of collection of a few different parts and sort of a non-standard bellows application, and then a handful of machine parts to kind of adapt this out to the required length for the customer. This consisted for us of several machining operations, some live tool turning in the tubing and side holes for flanges, and then a few TIG welding operations, and then a vacuum leak check prior to shipment to the customer. So the customer originally did not have a bellows, but an external misalignment was causing a weld failure in a rigid component. So the bellows was selected to allow for some degree of misalignment between the two components that were being connected, and to then ultimately prevent future weld failures from a similar misalignment. So we were able to work with the customer's internal engineering team, again, to very quickly distill down the requirements after they had seen a failure. And again, their goal was then to go proactively prevent additional failures on additional manufacturing lines that had been installed. So we were very quickly able to kind of work through those requirements to go identify, components that might be available, and then to design and build any components that we were not able to purchase. And so we were able to get that line up and running for the customer, within about a week's time frame, and then to scale retrofit kits essentially for other installations, started going out right behind that over the next few weeks. And for similar functionality, just for comparison, from a much larger vacuum OEM, our customer had been quoted something on the order of 16 to 20 weeks for a first article assembly.